Sony just released a new cinema camera, but it's not full frame. It's the Sony FX30. And well, we got our hands on it early, so we have some test footage from it, dynamic range test, low light test, and we're gonna tell you all about it in this video coming up. Are you a beginning filmmaker? If so, we have a list of the 9 essential things every beginning filmmaker should buy, and you can get it really easily by just clicking on this card up here or the link in the description. This is the Sony FX30. It comes in 2 flavors. You can buy it without the handle and XLR inputs, or with at $17.99 and $21.99 respectively. It's going to be hitting the market in late October, so you'll be able to get your hands on it then. We've had our hands on it for a little bit, and we did a couple tests. We did a dynamic range test with our Xyla 21 chart to tell you if it really does have the 14 stops of dynamic range that they say it has, and also to find out its low light sensitivity, to find out really where does noise introduced into the picture at what ISO, because it has the dual base ISO at ISO 800 and 2500 with a high sensitivity of 3200 ISO. So this has 3 log shooting modes, either Cine L, Cine L Quick, and S-Cinetone. S-Cinetone is going to be for those that want a really quick workflow, that don't want to have to grade their log footage, but want to be able to benefit from the dynamic range that you might get. You're going to be able to input user LUTs. It has 16-bit raw output through the HDMI, and it has 5-axis image quality stabilization on the sensor, which is real nice. So, what do you think? It's got a dedicated zoom rocker on it as well. And well, it's got a flip out screen and new fan in there. So it has non-stop recording. So you'll be able to record as long as your either battery lasts or your memory card fills up. And they're making cards pretty large these days. And it feels really nice in the hand, and it fits really well. The grip is really nice when you're trying to do active shooting. It's really what we've been asking for a long time. If you've been shooting a mirrorless camera, is like, hey, give me a camera that's really based on video shooting. It's got a new menu, a new screen displays, so that all the information is around the edge of the screen. So that's really nice. But it doesn't have a new battery. It's still that same battery that they've been using for everything else. So let's see here. What else do we have to say? We have CF Express Type A or SD card, SDXC inputs, card inputs. Really the limit to the SD cards is going to be the high data rates. And it can shoot up to 120 frames per second in 4K or up to 240 in HD, which is pretty awesome. Really nice. I don't know if you'll need much more than that. So with that said, let's take a look at that dynamic range test, followed up by the low light test, and then we'll have a little montage of some test footage. As you can see, noise is introduced at ISO 800, and we wouldn't shoot above ISO 6400 unless you want to have unwanted noise. Our chart does show that there's 14 stops of dynamic range. However, we wouldn't say the 14th stop is very usable. So expect 13, and on a lucky day, maybe 14, but we wouldn't bet on it.